Smarties, one of my favourite sweets, used to be made in York in England, but then manufacturing was offshored from the UK to a factory in Germany by its parent company Nestle. Similarly, Dyson vacuum cleaners used to be made in the early days in the UK, and now manufacturing is in the Far East. And in the UK, we no longer make any cigarettes, when manufacturing cigarettes used to be a big activity. All of these and other products have been offshored. So what is it? Well, there's a clue in the description there, that manufacturing has been moved from one location or one country to another. Offshoring involves the relocation of business activities from the home country to a different international location. And it's that change of location that is key to understanding the features and the reasons for offshoring. Traditionally, offshoring has been associated with the movement of manufacturing capacity from developed economies like the UK to lower cost countries such as Eastern Europe and, of course, particularly China. But offshoring isn't just about manufacturing, it's also possible to offshore services. And we saw this a decade or so ago with a significant number of UK financial services businesses who set up call centres in emerging markets such as India as part of their drive to reduce costs. Just be careful, when we're talking about offshoring, we're not talking about the same thing as outsourcing. The two terms sound very similar, but they are different. Offshoring is about location. It's about where the work is done. It's about moving work overseas. Outsourcing is not about where it's done, it's about who does it. So outsourcing involves somebody else doing the work apart from the business. So why does a business offshore? Why does it relocate production from one country, the home country, to somewhere else? Well, historically, the main driver has been cost. If you can move manufacturing to a lower cost economy or lower cost location, that may enable you to reduce, should enable you to reduce unit costs, and you may be able to access better skilled and higher quality output. No guarantee of that. But increasingly, another important reason for offshoring is to move production capacity closer to demand. So we've seen emerging markets, of course, with their economies growing faster than developed economies, creating significant growth in demand for products, particularly from the UK and other developing economies. Therefore, it may make sense in some situations to have your capacity closer to that demand in order to fulfill it. And a third reason is to overcome increasing amounts of protectionism, which are various methods of discouraging free trade and open trade. And it's possible sometimes by moving capacity, by moving manufacturing or production to a country that has protectionism, to overcome those barriers. Of course, there's no guarantee offshoring will work. One of the things of moving location is it may well be that you have to wait longer for the supplies to come back to the home market, so a longer lead time. It clearly places additional pressure on the management of that supply, not just having more management in place and additional costs, but also managing the supply chain, particularly in terms of the implications for corporate social responsibility if you're using suppliers some distance away from the home country. And if you are offshoring, if you've offshored, then you've got business activities in a different country. So potentially the costs of your product, of your service, are more exposed to changes in exchange rates. So offshoring has its drawbacks, but clearly because it's been so popular in recent